Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Rosebud as always, and also pulled the Four Agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology eyes we have in front of us to get an idea where your folks should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Leo. So Leo is actually your 12th house. 12th house in general points to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. And we will have Mars retrograde in Leo starting around December 6th. So that's definitely going to be a factor there. Alright, we have 1. So, of course, in this context, that would be you guys. So it could just be saying that you might have a focus on yourselves and your goals this month. Astrologically speaking, pretty quiet in your sign right now, but it could still play a factor. And then we have Mercury. So Mercury definitely fitting to come up in dice here because we have Mercury retrograde that'll be starting on the 25th of November and going until right around the middle of December, and the post-shadow period will be for the rest of the month there, and that'll be in Sagittarius, which is your 4th house of home, roots, family, so definitely be impact there as well. So we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Sun, and challenging that, we have the High Priestess. So 2 major arcana cards here. Now, what I will say with the High Priestess coming up in the challenge here, the Sun is definitely an energy of taking a light, playful approach to things. But with the High Priestess coming up in the challenge position here, I feel like this is saying, embrace that energy on one hand, but I feel like this is saying, but also don't abandon your intuition in the process, right? So let's say if you're doing things a bit more risky than you're normally accustomed to, I feel like this is saying, by all means, you could push the envelope a little bit, but if you feel your intuition trying to kick in and say, yeah, maybe you shouldn't go down that route in particular, I feel like it's saying that you would need to trust that this month. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 5 of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. So yeah, it could just be saying that as we move through Scorpio season, maybe you already went through a bit of a disappointment, right? So maybe as you're just bouncing back from that, now you could be swinging in the opposite direction, going a little bit overboard with the energy there. But yeah, that's what I see with that. All right, in the past position, we have the King of Wands. So this is a Leo energy here. Now on the more positive side, this could definitely point to having confidence, right? Feeling sure of yourselves as you move about through things. But yeah, given that that is 12th house energy for you guys, could just be saying that maybe that was the perception, but maybe the reality might have been a little bit different. All right. Present position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is Jupiter energy here. Now Jupiter is still retrograde at this time. It will be through all of December soon, too, but soon it will finally start to move direct again. So could just be saying that if things are feeling a little blocked off for you guys right now, it could just be saying that once Jupiter starts to move direct again, you'll start to feel the forward momentum as far as that goes. But yeah, this could also just be saying timing wise too. Maybe you are meant to be in a bit more of a light, playful energy. But again, I feel like this is just saying mainly just to totally embrace that energy on the one hand, but try not to go overboard, right? And then the potential for you to go overboard, to me, that calls to the Leo energy, because like we said, having Mars retrograde in there could definitely bring that out a little bit. So I feel like that's the only caution there. In the near future position, we have the 9 of Cups. So yeah, this is definitely an energy of contentment, right? Feeling pleased with where you're at, right? And now, like I said, the only negative there is just watch out for the potential for overindulgence. So yeah, that's what I see with that. The position of your influence in the situation, we have the Tower. So yeah, again, like I said, I feel like this is just more of a cautionary thing, right? Where it's like saying definitely take on that energy, the light, playful energy that it seems like you're being called to this month. But again, like I said, just make sure you just don't go overboard with it. And again, I'm just feeling like that's primarily due to the Leo 12th house energy that we talked about already. All right, in the environment position, we have the Five of Swords. So yeah, so for some of you, this could even be saying that maybe within your workplace there is a potential for some conflict too. So, for example, let's say if this is you just being a bit more light and playful within the workplace, right? It could just be saying that okay, yeah, maybe with certain people they would embrace that energy as well, but then maybe you have others that be like, this doesn't seem like the time or the place for that, right? And then I feel like this is saying that that's where the High Priestess energy would come into play there to say, okay, intuitively, like, okay, this person seems like they might not take it the right way, so I'll just hold back when it comes to them. Right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, for a lot of you, this is probably a fear, right? Maybe, again, like I said, it could just be one of those things where this might be a minor mishap. And again, I feel like this is saying everyone could have a minor mishap. That's not the issue, right? But I feel like this is saying that I feel like if you don't neglect your intuition, you'll feel that moment coming, right? So that's going to be where you might kick yourselves, right? Where like, okay, I saw it coming for whatever reason. I ignored the sign, still went forward, and then it ended up blowing up in my face, right? So just watch out for that. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, this is Capricorn energy here, which we will be in those degrees of Capricorn at the end of December. But I feel like this is saying that ultimately you might just be feeling a little bit shaky for a bit. You know, like okay, again, like I said, I feel like it's going to be an overcorrection that you go through, and then trying to get back into balance as we get toward the end of the month. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. So again, we're seeing the Leo energy like we saw with the dice. And again, like I said, when we see that energy coming out kind of strong, and we also see, okay, what's going on in that sign astrologically, and given that it is Mars retrograde, and that's your 12th house of all houses, that's kind of a rough um, house to have a Mars retrograde. Because again, like I said, I feel like it's leaning more toward you might just overindulge in things, right? And again, like I said, I feel like you could do that to an extent, but intuitively, if you feel like something giving you a nudge, like okay, maybe you're taking a little bit too far, I feel like you're really being called to pay attention to that this month. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Release Self Judgment. Okay, it says even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. So, definitely an interesting message there, right? Especially if you do feel yourselves starting to be self-critical in some ways, right? So, like I said, with that Five of Cups in the foundation, I feel like this is pointing to an area where that's at least a potential for you to do that, right? Because, like I said, I feel like ultimately it would be one of those things where it'll be one of those things where something will happen, right? Intuitively, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't go down this path. You do it anyway, it backfires, right? And then you start to kick yourself for doing so, right? So, again, like I said, I feel like the signs are there to say that this can be avoided, but that's the only thing. It's like, yeah, totally indulge in a light, playful energy at play, but if your intuition's telling you something's a little off, I feel like you're really called to trust it. All right, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have TikTok. There's the artwork, and the number is 30. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. The Oracle's message: when humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. Hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says, love, the fulfillment, the desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. Definitely a positive message there, especially if this were to be related in the context of love, right? I feel like this is the same with the Wheel of Fortune and then Nine of Cups in the near future. I feel like this is just saying that, if you have that confidence that when the timing's right, it will come to you, it seems like that'll actually help bring it your way sooner. All right, the prosperity message says your prosperity is co created by your endeavors as they occur in human made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and highest good of all in no time, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there because normally that might be something that Virgo energy could embrace is that, almost pushing yourselves too hard, right? And feeling like you have to constantly plug away at something. But like I said, here it almost seems like you might go to the opposite extreme for a bit. And I feel like there's a caution against that for the most part. But overall, like I said, this does seem positive. Again, I just feel like this is the main theme here is just if you feel something intuitively saying to you, hey, maybe this is a little off, I feel like the best thing to do would be to avoid that, or at least look at it a little bit closer before taking action on it. So, hoping that resonated for you guys. Wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right.